today we have to mainly focus on what exactly your business intelligence, how your business intelligence is integrated with your SharePoint server, okay? And then we will take a look about your data warehouse, data mart, and then your analysis services. Actually, your module 1 is only your overview. Overview means information about your course materials, okay? If you want, then I can show you.
And I think we probably will, is it possible, not is it possible, I think we probably like to finish this probably at 1 o'clock today, if possible, 1 o'clock UK time.
Okay, so what's that Indian time then?
Yes.
Means 6 o'clock?
No, that's fine. No, I tell you what, I thought it's so match, and match is starting at 1 o'clock, or starting at 11:30, so that's fine. So we'll finish around 1 o'clock.
Okay, because right now in India we have 12:25. And in your country, it's, I think, 6:52 maybe, na?
Yes, that's right.
Okay.
Okay, fine. Let's start now.
Actually, see, as we know that we are using your business intelligence with your SharePoint. Just like in your SharePoint, you can create your team site, okay? But in your SharePoint 2010, under the enterprise, we will get a business intelligence option also. Business intelligence center allow us to create a business intelligence site, okay? So means that will give you the environment where we can easily create your KPIs, we can use the report. That means we can take the business intelligence benefits in your SharePoint. Okay. So before starting that, in your second module, what they are giving you, they are telling you the overview of your business intelligence. Okay. So if they are talking about your business intelligence, so business intelligence means to put intelligence in your data. Like suppose I am saying that I want to take a decision. Okay. So for that we need the data. We need to analyze our data. For that we need your business intelligence. Actually, your business intelligence is not only a single tool. It is a complete process that includes your integration services, includes your analysis services, and your reporting services also. Okay? So in this lesson, actually this lesson is quite just an overview because we know that we are not going to understand in depth the business intelligence, but just an overview that is required for us. So let's start with your introduction. We know that if we want to analyze our business, like suppose I'm saying that, okay, I want to compare my this year of growth with my last year, okay. So for that, you definitely need to store your historical data as well, because definitely for the decision making, it may happen you need 1 year of your data, you need last 5 years of your data, or it may happen you need last 10 years of your data. So for that, we need to store the historical data, okay. So for that, we need your OLAP, online analytical processing. And for that, we need to store the data in your multi-dimensional format also. So that means according to our requirement, we need not to write complex joins because your data is in your multi-dimensional format. Your data is already pre-aggregated, okay. In simple terms, we can say you already have the answer before asking the question. Okay, so means your data is already pre-aggregated, so definitely your runtime query will be faster. Okay, so means improving the organizations by providing the business insight to all the employees, leading to better, faster, more relevant decisions. Because I told you, definitely for your decision making, you need your historical data as well, and it's not very easy to use OLTP for that purpose. Okay, so it provides you real-time information, find your inefficiency, save money, and focus your resources. These are just your introduction, okay. If we are using your business intelligence, if we have your historical data, so means we can easily get your much more of your data for decision making, and definitely here they are comparing your SQL Server BI with your Oracle and any other tool. So for that point of view, it's quite, you can say, cheaper as compared to Oracle and the another BI tools available in the market. Because if we are saying that profit, what do you mean by profit? Profit means definitely whatever the means expense, whatever I'm doing in my organization and the benefits I'm getting. So means your revenue minus your cost. Whatever the amount you will get, that will be your profit. Okay. So means for that type of means we can say gathering the information, we also need to store the information and we also need to analyze the data. So for that you can also use your business intelligence. And definitely, as I'm saying that business intelligence, we can easily use for your decision making. It's faster because it is already pre-aggregated. So how we can use these kind of things? How we can accomplish these tasks? Definitely, for that you need your data. To work on that data, you need your tools. And then we need to follow a complete process. Okay? See. Suppose means these are your some sources, like Suppose it is my SQL server, okay? It's my Excel, and suppose it's your other sources. Okay, it may happen you need to extract your data from all your different heterogeneous platforms. Okay, so for this, because I am explaining about your process, so means for this, what we can do, we need to extract the data from all these heterogeneous platforms. And definitely, if you are talking about your heterogeneous platform, that means here you need to handle different type of formatting, your data types, a lot of issues. It may happen you need to handle there. Okay, so for that, what we are doing here, we need to use your SSIS, because your SQL server integration service allow you to retrieve the data from all the heterogeneous platforms, and this is your staging area. Fine. So means firstly what we need to do, we need to extract all the data and store here. And then whatever type of your cleansing, standardization, it may happen you need to perform some kind of calculations as well. So you can do this stuff here. And then finally we need to load our data in our warehouse. So again, to load your data in your warehouse, we need the SSIS. Right? So data warehouse, and we need to load from here to this one, and for this again we need our SSIS. Okay, that means now I have my all the data in a common format, fine, in my warehouse. Then from here, what you can do, totally depending on your requirement. It may happen I want to directly generate my report from the warehouse. It may happen I want to firstly perform the analysis task. Fine. So what you need to do, from your warehouse, you can, it's your analysis server. If you are talking about your analysis server, that means here I have my data in my cube. Okay. And just like that, you can also, I'm not drawing, I'm just giving the concept here. You can also use your data mining. Then here you have the other option, you can use your reporting server to generate your reports.
When you say data mining, what does that mean?
Actually, see, your data mining means you are using your trends, you are using your in-depth information, hidden information about your data, so that you can compare your current data, and based on that, you can predict your future forecasting. Suppose I am saying that means, okay, I have my data from last 5 years, okay, and based on that record, I want to take a decision, means do I need to increase the production of my product? If yes, then in this particular areas, I need to provide the advertisement, because suppose, let's take the example of your bike, okay, so bike is mainly suitable for particular age group, like, okay, 20 to 40, maybe, okay, so means you need to find out, okay, who will be your target customers, what will be the areas where you need to focus on your advertisement, so how you can take these kind of decisions. So for that we need a data mining. Okay?
Got it.
Fine. So means you can see here, it's a complete process where you need your analysis services, integration services, your analysis services, and your reporting services. When we were here, you can see you need a complete process to work or to utilize the full-fledged information of your business intelligence. Okay? The same thing that I already explained you, BI goals. Why we need to implement the BI? So definitely here you can see save time and money. Because I told you that if you have detailed information, so that will definitely help you to take a better decision, and for that you can take decision in your short term of time as well. Okay, and even you need not to spend a lot of money so that you can have the different type of people that will help you for a decision point of view. Find the right data faster, definitely, because we have the integration services, we have the analysis services, we have the reporting services. So with the help of these things, you will ensure that, okay, you will get the correct data at correct time period also. Because see, only to get the data is not a big deal, but you are getting the correct information at a particular time period. That is also a main point. Okay, and then increase revenue. How? Any idea?
Increase the revenue. Just if you know your data well, then increase the revenue is automatically.
Amit, I am getting disturbance from your side. Your voice is not clear.
Is it not clear now?
Yeah, no, means disturbance is, I don't know why.
Okay. Continue to. Is it better?
Yeah, much better. Okay.
Okay. Now, yeah, I'm just saying it, if you know your data well, if you know what you're doing, the revenue is automatically increase.
Yeah, because if you are aware about the data, and definitely you can take a better decision also, right? And definitely means you need not to spend a lot of amount or means extra money to hire the separate people to further solve the problems. Okay, so definitely your cost will get decreased. And as I told you about data mining, right? So means data mining allow you to get your hidden information, the correlationship between your entities, your trends, your issues. So that's why your last point says that your business intelligence helps you to find your key points. Okay, what is the key point? What will help me to increase the revenue? What are the trends there? What are the patterns? So means all these kind of information your BI helps you to gather. Okay. Now we know that your business intelligence is not only for the Microsoft, because we know that we can use your Oracle BI also. We can use your Cognos also. Okay. So but here definitely we are talking about your MS BI because we are using your Microsoft. Okay. So now the next thing is what exactly your Microsoft BI is. So the same thing that we are explaining from the starting point, it improves your organization by providing your business insights with the help of your trends, with the help of your patterns, with the help of your correlations. Definitely it will give you the in-depth information, and based on that you will able to get a better decisions, and definitely as I told you that you have their pre-aggregated data also, so that will be faster. Okay. So delivered through a familiar environment, integrated into your business, collaboration infrastructure, and built on a trusted and extensible platform. Because if you are creating a queue, so that queue will able to work with your other environment as well. Okay.
Can I ask you, can you stop it for a minute? Right now, you okay, so that's fine. Okay. That's fine. I thought you were showing me the slides.
Yeah, right now I'm showing you the slides. Are you not able to get that?
No, I'm only seeing the whiteboard.
Okay, just a minute.
Yes, just a second.
Okay. So now use these tools to provide you a centrally hosted, secure and personalizable BI portal for scorecard and report. Means here they are training you that in your SharePoint 2010, okay, you can easily use your BI terms, BI things in your SharePoint portal, because we know that SharePoint gives you a portal from where you can share your documents, you can share your scorecards, your dashboards there. Do you have any idea about your dashboard?
Do I have any idea about dashboard, or do I have any idea? I didn't get the question correctly.
Yeah, means okay. What do you mean by dashboard?
It's just a combination of few reports making it together more logical order in dashboard.
Okay, only reports?
Use data. So yes, reports. The reports is like data. So you see the data in different formats. That's my understanding what dashboard is.
Yeah, actually means if we can say that your dashboard is a collection of your scorecards also. Because see, in your dashboard you also need to show the KPIs. Okay. So for that what you can do, you can use your scorecards, you can use your reports, you can use your filters there. So these are your web parts that helps you to create a complete dashboard. So in short, what we can say, dashboard is what it is, a web page. It is a website, okay? That is a collection of your scorecards, your reports, your filter web parts also, okay? Then here you have your empower end users. So we know that we have the different tools that help to work with your data. So for that, let's start with your tools that provide you timely access to your information. Because we know that we have your Power Pivot also. Power Pivot is an adding, okay? So means you have your Power Pivot for your Excel as well as you have your Power Pivot for your SharePoint. So if suppose I'm an end user and I'm working with my MS Excel and I want to take benefits of my analysis services tasks, like I want to use the KPI, I want to use my cubes there. Okay, so for that you need your Power Pivot. Okay, it may happen that you want to use your SharePoint list, because we know that in your SharePoint you have your libraries, you can store your documents there, you can use your list there. Okay, so you want to use that list for the means decision making stuff as well. So your SharePoint list can also work as your data source. And other than these options, you can use your OLTP, that is your relational data. And as I told you, you have your OLAP, that is your multi-dimensional data, that is your queue. So you can use your OLTP as well as your OLAP as a data source also. Okay. Then we have the Microsoft Office Optimized Authoring. If we are talking about the authoring, that means we can create the reports here. Okay. We have your report designer also. Your SharePoint interface also allow you to create your report. Okay. We have a complete tab that will allow you to create different type of reports there. Okay. So Powerful Wizard for your query and your report design, because I think that you are aware that your SharePoint 2010 allow you to install your reporting services in your integrated mode with your SharePoint server. Means when we are installing the reporting reporting server, we have option. You want to install in your native mode or you want to install in your SharePoint integrated mode. Okay. If I am installing my reporting server with my SharePoint integration mode, then I will not able to use my report manager, because in that scenario, my SharePoint user interface will allow me to customize my reports, allow me to create my reports. Okay. So it any time customized regardless of where they were first rated, and powerful visualization. You will get maps, dark lines, tablets, and other than that, you will get some extra visualization options as well there. Okay. So means you can say that your reporting service give you full-fledged options in your SharePoint 2010. Other than that, deliver reports in a format that makes sense. You can use your geospatial data. You have your Power Pivot, Word, Excel, HTML, PDF, CSV, and then you can also use your SharePoint 2010. So means these are your some rendering formats in which format you want to render your report. Then we have self-service reporting. Do you have any idea about your self-service reporting?
No.
See, actually self-service reporting says that means I'm giving you a report, kind of we can say a template, okay? That is in your small units, that is in your small chunks. And based on your requirement, you can arrange that pieces to fulfill your requirement. You can take only example, like you have your report builder, okay? So your developers are responsible to create a model, and then based on their requirement, you and users can align the things, okay? So just like that, your self-service means it enables the users to do it. We use the existing report parts, because I told you that your reports are divided in small pieces, okay? Utilize enhanced visualization, because I told you that here you will get some advanced reporting options. You will get some advanced charts also. So based on that, you can enhance your visualization. Grab and go reporting, that means I'm giving you a template, I'm giving you a platform. Based on that, you can retrieve the information and then you can arrange, you can align according to your requirement. And definitely central report administration within your SharePoint, because the things are available in your SharePoint server. So your SharePoint user interface allow you to manage, allow you to administer your reports, like your subscriptions, your history, these kind of things you can do with the help of your SharePoint server. Your security also. Fine? Then simplicity and complexity of your data. Actually, see, this is just a theory concept. They are just saying, okay, if we are comparing your last 5 or 10 years where we have to spend a lot of money to purchase a single like pen drive or like hard drive or like a floppy disk, okay? But right now, if we want to purchase a 16 GB or pen drive also, so you hardly need to spend like in Indian currency 5 or 800 rupees, okay? So here they are just comparing that year of your expense storage with your current year, because right now we know that our storage is not a big deal for us. We can easily purchase your terabytes of your hard drive and make the storage for purposes. Now, main concern point is your time, okay? Because we don't want to wait for like 5 minutes for a single report, okay? So data comes from and goes somewhere. Data comes in many different formats. We know that we can use your EDI, CSV, different formats also. Data is stored in your different locations. That means it may happen like in my diagram, I show you that it may happen that you want your data from your SQL server. It may happen you want your data from your MS Excel and in your Oracle DB2 from anywhere, okay? For that, what we need to do, we need to firstly store our data in a common format so that we can avoid these problems that we need to face due to the difference in their formats, due to difference in their data types, okay? So for that, what we are doing, we are firstly storing our data in a warehouse. Now, what is the difference between your data mart and your data warehouse?
I don't know.
See, if you are saying data warehouse, that means you have huge amount of data there. I'm saying that I just want to focus on my sales data, okay? So means data mart is what? It is a subset of your data warehouse. That is mainly, or you can say only for a particular group, only for a particular department wise. If suppose I have data from HR department and from the sales department, I cannot say that it is a data mart. But if my all the data is only for the sales, if my all the data is only for the HR, that will be a data mart, okay? So data mart means it is a subset of the data warehouse based on a particular category or based on a particular department, okay? And if we're talking about your data warehouse, so for that we need to use your integration services, SQL Server integration services, and for that our main concern point is your ETL. E stands for your extract, T stands for your transform, where we need to perform all the kind of your cleansing, all the kind of your standardization, and after doing that we need to load our data at your destination. Okay, and then data mart and data warehouse can utilize your advanced analysis techniques. It may happen that after that warehouse, you want to create your cube, you want to use your data mining algorithms. Because I told you that your data mining is what? It is your statistical analysis of your data, right? So for that, we have some algorithms, we have some models, and that models will help you to analyze your data for your future forecasting. Okay. Now here you can see some tools are available for us that will help you to perform your task. So Avaya means empower users with familiar and easy to use your tools. So you can see here you have your SharePoint 2010 that behaves like your portal from where you want to share your data. Then you have your Excel 2010 that client interface. Then you have your SQL Server 2008 R2. Actually, we can use SQL Server 8 also, right? But your SQL Server 8 will not allow you to take all the power pivot and different things new functionalities. Okay, so that's why your Microsoft recommends that if you want to work with your SharePoint 2010, you should use SQL Server 2008 R2 Enterprise Edition 64-bit. I'm not saying that you cannot use SQL Server 2008. You can, but it may happen that you will not able to take all the means benefits from your SharePoint 2010. Okay, then empower all users. You have your information workers, you have your IT professionals, then your power users, business decision makers and developers. In short, we can say that right now in means our current era, almost all the different level of people need your business intelligence, because at the every step they need to take some type of decisions. It may happen small level of decisions or your high level of decisions also. So means almost all the different level of people are concerned about your business intelligence tools. Okay. Then here you have your means processes. First one is your analytics. For analysis point of view, you need your analysis server. That means you need to gather the information. Definitely, if I am not able to analyze my data, if I don't have enough data for your decision making, your decision will not be accurate. Okay? What do you mean by OLAP?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is basically your I don't know.
Online analytical processing? Yeah.
Yes. This is basically I will transform data over the analytical data. So this is analytical data.
Yeah. What is your OLAP? Next point.
So if you start all your start stream on back table to make it a OLAP, that data is the OLAP.
Okay. So means can we say that if your data is in your multi-dimensional format, in your cube format,
Yes.
okay?
Yes. Okay. So does it mean before it's a process, and within the process you build your staging. From the staging you build your star schema, you build your warehouse. And my understanding is that that's what you call OLAP. The data is
See. So warehouse is not your OLAP.
Okay.
Right? Because if we are talking about your warehouse, so in your warehouse your data is in your relational format. Fine. So means whenever you are talking about your warehouse, that means still you are working with your database engine. Your warehouse is a database that is in your relational format. Fine. But after that, if you are using analysis services, you are using your bits to create a cube where you are performing some kind of aggregation. Fine. Your means multi-dimensional format of your data. That is your OLAP. And your OLAP always exists in your analysis server, not in your database engine.
I understand.
Okay. Then you have your data mining. I already explained you that your data mining means your statistical view of your data. For that you have some different algorithms also. You can use your decision tree, you can use your clustering, you can use your time series algorithm. Okay. So it's based on that will help you to analyze your data, and definitely why we are using data mining. So for your decision making, for your future forecasting. I give you an example also. Suppose I need to find out that okay, which particular age group will purchase my bike or not. So that I can decide okay, in which particular areas I need to focus on the advertisement. So for that you need to mine your data. Right? So means your data mining gives you your prediction. Based on that prediction, you can take your decision. Okay. Then what do you mean by benchmarking?
I don't know the conceptual meaning.
Actually, see, if you're talking about your benchmarking, suppose I'm saying that, okay, I have to finish this particular project till the end of this month. Definitely for that, I need to provide plan, fine, okay, till 10th of this month, I need to finish this particular task. After, 10 to 20, I need to finish this particular task. So just like that, your historical data, okay, based on that, you can set your benchmark, kind of, you can say goal. What you need to achieve till this particular time period and time to time you need to audit also. Fine. Are you able to fulfill your task or not? If no, then it may happen you need to, you can say, speed up. It may happen you need to perform some extra task as well. So for that kind of things comes under your benchmarking process.
I understand. So about the flow.
Definitely, we know that in your SharePoint server we also have the security. Right. So there you can, yeah.
So I was more after that, VI security. How the security gets implemented into VI.
Yeah. The way we are talking about your data.
I understand.
Okay. And now implementing this security includes your SharePoint security, your data source. You can see here. Means from where you are getting your data. So that data must be secure. Suppose I'm saying that okay, I want to access a report. Suppose I want to access a queue. Right? That's why I was explaining you the queue level security, because there I can restrict, okay, if you member from your sales department, so you can only access sales schema. Okay? Even though
You can do that activity in Teams, right?
in your queue, yeah, in your queue level you can provide the security.
Okay.
I can restrict you only to access a single cell as well. Fine?
Got it.
So means definitely, let's take example. I'm saying that I want to create a dashboard from a queue. Fine? You are trying to create a dashboard, but you are not authorized person. You don't have access on my queue. How you can create a dashboard?
Got it.
Fine? So means here they are explaining that level of security. Means if you are authorized person to create a dashboard, so you must need permission to access your data source also.
Got it.
The information rights management, that means your files must be in your encrypted format, because it may happen sometimes you also have to access some means to files, like then you have some various superfaction. Definitely, suppose you are saying that okay, I want to create a very good dashboard for my company so that we can enhance the performance, we can get a better decision, but suppose no one is there to help you, how you can perform your task. Okay, so these are your some barriers like sponsorship. Definitely someone has to give you the permission, okay, I'm the responsible person, I'm taking all the responsibilities, you can just do your work, because definitely your data mart, data warehouse, your dashboard, just for the explanation point of view, kind of simple term. But if you want to actually implement your data warehouse, you can just think it's really a very big project. Okay, so you need one third person who will able to take all the responsibilities so that you can just concentrate on your task. So that for that scenario, what you can do, firstly you have to take a trial so that you can explain that topics to your senior persons, and if they are ready to sponsor you, only then you can go ahead. Okay. So the same thing that's explaining you here also, prototype a solution that really show the benefits so that you can explain the things to your senior persons, and that based on that prototype they will allow you. Many groups will be affected, because that's why I told you, if you're talking about your warehouse, suppose you want to make a single small change there, but definitely that will impact different level of your groups also. Okay, so information workers, your analysts, your IT operation firms, and your executives, means in short, your all the different level of people, so all the different level of groups will get affected by that. Okay, so means that's why means you firstly need to create a prototype, explain that things, how that will impact your different level of means groups. If it is beneficial, only then you can start to work on that. And if you are talking about your large companies, so there your language is also a barrier, because it may happen I'm creating a queue, and that queue will be useful for India, UK, US, in different countries. Okay, so if they are using your simple English US, that's not a big matter. But what happens if you want to use the same thing in your German language, in your French? So in that scenario, your geographical dispersion also barrier. So for that you also have to take some steps. Okay. Here you can just take common scenarios. HR, finance, sales, IT has separate data sources and reporting systems. Build a single catalog portal to access to all the data. Means I'm saying that I have different groups, I have different departments, and I want to share a single dashboard. I want to share a single report with all the people. How you can do this? Yeah, means I'm saying that I have a report, okay, and that report is common to all the available groups. Sales, HR, finance, IT, means all the people, all the different level of departments want to access that one. Okay, so how I can share my report with all the people? Yeah. So everyone, if you have your SharePoint, because just for us this single scenario, you will not install the SharePoint server, because that will give you license first as well.
That's right. But then you export the report into different format, like PDF or any other format, and then later on the email.
Yeah, or you can also use your file share.
Yeah, so that's the same thing. So you convert into a file format and then share it either way.
Yeah, okay. But here in this scenario, our answer is your SharePoint. Everyone should be able to unit this distribute DI access from you across the enterprise, access your reports, scorecards, and dashboard, because we know that your SharePoint allow us to easily create the dashboard and scorecards. Fine. Because we have a simple dashboard wizard that will allow you to create your dashboard. Attain secure and centralized delivery with your data level of security with the help of your SharePoint security concept. Okay. Empower power users to publish your BI using your agile and self-service model and improve your productivity, allowing users to locate, share and organize your BI assets. Means in short, what we can say, we have your SharePoint security, we have your SharePoint portal that allow us to share our dashboard, create our dashboard scorecards and allow the people to access that scorecard, that dashboard according to their privileges. Okay. So for all the above scenarios, the last line you can see SQL Server 2008 R2, SharePoint 2010 and MS Office 2010. Means we need these three things because for your storage purpose we need the SQL Server, and I told you that you can use your SQL Server 2008 also, but that will give you some limitations. So that's why Microsoft recommends you to use R2, 64-bit Enterprise Edition. Okay. And then for your client side, like you want your MS Excel, you need your MS Office also. Okay. Then you have a simple lab. They are asking some your questions only. Suppose you have some scenarios in your company, how you will use that scenarios. Means what will be the answer. Okay, that's the only paper lab. So this is all about your first module. So means we can say that this module is only what is BI, what is analysis services, what is your OLAP, how we can use your BI with your SharePoint. Kind of overview. Okay.